I am loading up and getting ready for my next adventure. We're actually going to be hitting the road this weekend and doing the FAT, I believe it's called, the PHAT, which is the Panhandle Adventure Route. So kind of Pensacola area, what is that, Panama City, Tallahassee, all that stuff. I believe the total length is roughly around 700 something miles. And on this trip, I am not taking the Rally, which might be the better bike, but we're all taking our big bikes out. I got some buddies taking a BMW, a Base Africa Twin, big KTMs and stuff. So anyways, we're taking our big adventure bikes, riding out. We got about like a 2.5, 3 hour ride to get there. And I am taking the old 2024 Africa Twin out there. So this will be my first real adventure on it. I've done long road trips. I've done plenty of off-roading on it, but not really an adventure where you're kind of riding out and not knowing what really you're going to encounter, you know? So it's going to be pretty fun. As you all know, I am running the Dunlop Trail Max Mission tires, which these are pretty darn good off-road, and I think they're going to suit us perfectly fine on this. I would say the only concern I have about this bike out there is if you get into some of that really soft sand, this is still a big heavy bike. Now, as far as my loadout for this trip, I am definitely going to be removing my cases. Now, just the side cases I'm going to pop off here. As any trip I take, especially if it's a longer trip, I love having at least one lockable storage case. And these are just going to pop off. I can also take off these racks if I want. They simply detach by these little, you twist it, bam, pops out right there. And then one back here by the license plate. And then I got the little locking mechanism up here. So all it'll be really hanging off are these little hooks, that bracket back there, you can't even tell, and then this thing back by the license plate. But I'm not sure I'm going to take them off. I almost like the little extra protection. It's almost like a rear crash bar if I'm not using it. I mean, they are incredibly solid, so I honestly might just leave them on. But the one thing I can't decide on is if I'm going to take the big case like I have here now or go with the small case. I mean, the small case has plenty of storage in it right there. I don't really need to take a whole bunch of stuff. But it's always nice having that spare bit of room because we're not camping. We're actually staying in hotels. So I don't know if I'm going to really need this big one. And as you see right here, when you're riding off-road a bit, I mean, it's just going to bounce around like that. So I don't want to really ruin them. I'm not sure if it will, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the small one. So here we go. I have the smaller one attached and then the side one's removed. And I think this small one's just perfect. As you see, you can pop it open. I got some storage up top here. And then down here, I did a whole review on these cases. And I honestly can't say enough good things about them. Y'all remember on my 2022 Africa Twin, I used to run those big metal cases like the Geevy ones. I just like how much lighter these are. And I don't know, I think that seamless like black design gives it kind of sleek with this bike here, you know. Those big metal cases, they are nice for sure. I don't know, I'm really digging the look of these dusk ones from SW Motec. But I am going to need at least another bag. As you see over here on my 300 Rally, I got this thing bagged out. I mean, this thing's ready to go here, you know? And I have a slew of bags here, like Rhino, what do you call them? The rig gear, panniers up there. Down here is probably what I'm actually going to take. I'm not going to take that tank bag because I don't like the straps going down on my bike. I don't want to jack with the paint. I got the crash bar bags as well. Not sure if I'll need those. So I'm probably just going to go with this. Gosh, I need to clean it up. But if I take this and then just put it in the back there, I can kind of tie that down and have my clothes right there. And then again, just the stuff I need locked up in the back. I think that's going to work out pretty good. And by the way, as far as this rig gear stuff, you see I got a slew of it over there. You see my 300 Rally just decked out with it. I've been using this stuff since day one of my channel, so this is no sponsor or fluffy plug or anything like that. But I do have affiliate links down below where you actually get a discount code as well with that. So you're going to save some money. I get a little kickback. It's a win-win for both of us, and I highly appreciate your support. But again, as far as the gear itself, the bags, I mean, I swear by them. Again, I've been using them since day one on this channel before any affiliation with Rig Gear or Nelson Rig. Again, the stuff is phenomenal. But now one thing I'm not too sure about is what tank bag I'm going to go with. You all know I have this big jumbo SW Motec GS bag. And this isn't just for the BMW GS as it fits it perfectly with that slope down, but even on SW Motec's website, they show it on an older Africa Twin because it just slopes with that tank right there like you see on, again, on Africa Twins or BMW GSs. But if you watch my standalone video of this SW Motec gear, this tank bag does not work too great on a 2024 Africa Twin. Why that is whenever you come full lock, you can see the bars hit the bag. But it's even worse on the other side. Now, if you got DCT, that might be an even bigger issue because I believe the DCT controls are over here, right? I'm not going to be full locked when I'm using cruise control, but on this side, with your drive modes that go up and down, if I come full lock, you see it presses there and it constantly changes those drive modes. Now, on my Africa Twin, I do have bar risers, inch bar risers, but still, say if these bars dropped an inch right down here, it's going to hit them even worse because it's going to drop them down low and it's going to start hitting in there. So my tank bag situation is not the best right now. And I'm one of those riders that needs a tank bag. That's where my important stuff goes, like my phone, my wallet or stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be a massive one like this, but I always ride with a tank bag. I've tried multiple SW Motex, the Yukon one, the Micro, and now I have the Micro waterproof on order, which it looks goofy because there's a gap on the tank, like it just swings out right there. I'll do a video talking about the tank bags, but I'm having a hard time finding a good tank bag for the 24 Africa Twin. Let me know what you're using down in the comments. I'm just genuinely curious here. And lastly, as far as my setup for this trip, I really need your guys' help with. If you watched my last trip to Georgia on the 300L, I had those chain issues. I didn't have the tools. It was just a bad situation. It almost canceled my trip for that last day, but lucky I found a good dealer. But anyways, that is as far as my toolkit here. Again, back to Nelson rig, y'all can see that's a little neck guard, but I use the Nelson rig tool carrier here where you can strap all your stuff in. But as far as what I carry, I have a little tire inflator. This thing works amazing. For links that I truly believe in, I'll have, or products I truly believe in, I'll have links down in the description. For stuff I don't, I will not. Basic wrenches, these are the ones I had to stop and get to loosen up the chain in the back to adjust it. A multi-tool, which this might be a little excessive. It's definitely a little bit too big, but I don't know. Maybe I can leave that out. Tire patch over here. Little tire pressure gauge. This nice little ratchet screwdriver. I love this. This is like from Home Depot, but it has all the sizes you need. I don't know. This thing's very helpful. This is actually to my mountain bike, but it has all the sizes I need here. Extra fuses, Allen wrenches, electrical tape, zip ties, 2 standard screwdrivers, which I can probably leave out. I don't really need those. And then this nice CNC thing, which was supposed to be for, again, the back tire. Well, if you get the other size, which is actually in here, but you can see it's jammed in there. And if you look closer at it, you can see it's rounded out. Because this was the tool I brought on my previous trip with the 300L, and I tried using this to loosen it up, and I don't know if it was me because I over tightened my back wheel, or this tool is just a piece of junk because it's just, again, rounded out and just slipped in there. I can't even get it out. It's honestly trash now. So this thing is a complete piece of junk in my book. So I need something, a good tool that can loosen up, again, both bolts on the Africa Twin and then the 300L. But other than that, I feel like I have the majority of the stuff I need. Maybe a new tire slime tube because my previous one busted in my bag on the last trip. But where I need your help is there anything else you would recommend in my toolkit for my bikes? I know this can differ from bike to bike, but again, with me with an Africa Twin and then 300L Rally, what kind of tools would you say are useful that I can keep in one bag to transfer from bike to bike whenever I'm riding each one? So there we go. That is going to be my loadout for this trip. Not perfect by any means. Still kind of working out each different build per situation. I think I have my touring build perfect for this bike, but as far as like an off-road adventure kind of unknown type stuff, I really don't, and I need to tweak up a couple things. But anyways, let's go on and hit the road and see what this brings.